Hello, everyone, and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. And today, it's been a while, for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge. Alright, folks, it is the end of the 1996-1997 season. We have 7 more games left to go here in April. That is going to decide where we are going to seed here in the East, because we are going to be in the playoffs. That's a given. It's all about where it is that we are going to fall and whom we are going to face. Now, I think I've mentioned it before. I would like to finish in the top 4 so that I can guarantee home ice advantage, at least for the first round. But we don't know that that's going to happen. We have a few tough teams coming on schedule here. So we are right now 5th in the East with 84 points. As you can see, 4, 5, and 6 is pretty tight, with only 1 point separating our 3 teams there. And I play New Jersey twice, so that's probably going to help determine where we're going to fall. On the injury front, we still have Boris Mironov, Steve Ruchin. Those are about to come back, should be ready back before the playoffs. A little bit tougher for Ryan Smith. He's only going to appear in the playoffs if we make it deep. So, yeah, today we're going to do April, we're going to do the playoffs, and then hopefully we win the cup. If not, there's always next year. For those of you, I know that I have at least one viewer that have asked about more tutorial. That's coming. That's going to be the next video that I do for Franchise Hockey Manager 7 after this one. So, not today, but the next video is going to be tutorials, and I believe the user was called Stoner Matt or some, pretty sure that's what it was. So yes, I'm gonna put your request in there, so stay tuned, it's coming. I haven't forgotten about you. It will be there. Alright, so without further ado, let's go here. We start right off the bat here on the road. So we have a 3-game road trip. We're playing today in Philadelphia. Philadelphia's pretty good. They are 42, 24, and 10, and that's good for 3rd in the East. However, we are 2-0-2 against the Flyers this season, so we did play them pretty good so far. Alright, so Nikolai Abibulin is going to be in net for us, and he is going to face former Ottawa Senator Damian Rhodes. And of course, go Lightning, go. And we lost 4-2. Alright, so not a good start to the mountain. Abibulin was terrible. He allowed 4 goals on 18 shots. So not great. We outshot Philadelphia 31-18 and ended up losing 4-2. Mikael Renberg was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Maxim Sushinsky for us was the second star with 2 assists. And Rod Brennemore was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. Robert Zvela put us on the board first in the first period. That was a power play goal from Brian Bradley and Maxim Sushinsky. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay after 1. Then in the second, former Tampa Bay Lightning, Rob DiMaio scored, tied the game. Then the Flyers got another goal, and it was 2-1 Philadelphia after 2. There's been a fight between Ken Baumgartner and Len Barry here in the second period. Then in the third, the Flyers scored 2 more goals. They were up 4-1. Then we got a goal from Sandis Ozelinch. I believe that's his first with us. From Sean Chambers and Maxim Sushinsky. 4-2 Philadelphia at that point. And yeah, nobody else scored. We lost 4-2. Not a great showing, especially for Abibulin. And Robert Zvela is hurt. I probably shouldn't have mentioned anything about the injury situation. Craig Janney extends his assist streak to 10. Wow, I can't read. Got an assist here against the Red Wings. There was no stopping Teemu Selanne. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Sharks. And then The owner is satisfied. We went 7-7 last month. It was a little bit tougher last month. We only played for 500. All right. We have a few days off, and looks like Robert Zvella's injury is a day-to-day injury, groin soreness. So we should be good. Yeah, I have another spare defenseman that can play. Oh. Oh, McGillney is ready to come back. Oh, yeah. Come home, my friend. I forgot all about that. Alright, so who am I sending down now? I think I'm sending Dave Barr down. Put him on waivers. There you go. Alright. So yeah, Zvela day-to-day, Ruchin day-to-day, Mironov day-to-day, and we have a couple days off here, so maybe one or more than one of those players are going to come back. That would be great. There was no stopping Brian Bellows playing for Montreal. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Hartford Whalers. Matthew Schneider has a great game. He had 4 assists against Hartford in that same game. Those guys are feeling better, apparently. Nope, nobody came back from injury. Greg Allgood lights the lamp for Toronto. He had a hat-trick against Detroit. And Craig Jenney extends his assist streak to 11 games with an assist against the Islanders. Alright, so we are now in New Jersey to face the Devils. Devils are 38, 30, and 8. That's good for 6th in the East. And we are 3-1 against the Devils this season. We're playing 2 games in 2 nights. This one in New Jersey, the other one in Long Island. So we're getting McGillney back. That's huge, of course. So Nikolai Abibulin is not first. He's going to be the starting goaltender. Wow, I'm getting all sorts of confused for whatever reason. Might be because I have started out of the park baseball playthrough, and now I'm all confused in all of my terms. All right, and the Devils are going to send Martin Brodeur in net. So Abibulin against Brodeur. We lost 3-2. We're losing ground. I don't like it. We outshot New Jersey 37-32. Paul DiPietro, of all people, was the first star of the game with an assist. Alexander McGillney celebrated his return to the lineup with 2 assists, and he was a second star. And Valery Zelipukin was a third star with a goal. So New Jersey scored first in the first period. Then Brent Gretzky scored on the power play from Brian Bradley and Alexander McGillney, and we were tied at 1 after 1. Then New Jersey scored again in the second period, took a 2-1 lead. Then we tied the game in the third period. Mikael Anderson scored from Alexander McGillney and Alexander Karpovtsev. It was tied at 2. But then Claude Lemieux, scored with 7 minutes and change left to go in the third period, and we lost 3-2. We're slipping. Not good. Never a good thing when you're losing a lot of games heading into the playoffs. Then you go in with no momentum. Kevin Dineen is on waivers. I'm not going to pick him up. And now we play, right back right now against the Islanders. The Islanders are 28, 42, and 7. That's good for 11th in the East. They have been a little bit of a thorn in our side. Although we are 3-2 against them this season. Alright, so Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for us for this game. Robert Shistad is going to be in net for the Islanders. And we lost again, 4-3. Yikes. We were outshot 37-35. Vladimir Malakov was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Bobby Olik was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Rob Niedermeyer was the third star with 2 assists. Anders scored first in the first period. Then we scored twice. Sandis Ozolinsh scored from Mikael Anderson and Alexander McGillney. Then Bobby Olik scored his 15th from Sean Chambers. 2-1 Tampa Bay after 1. Then the Islanders scored twice in the second period, made it 3-2 Islanders. Then they scored again in the third, made it 4-2. And then late in the game, German Titov scored his 10th from Bobby Olik and Bill Guerin. And it was 4-3. That was too little, too late, and we lost a third straight game in April. I don't like that. Good night for Eric Daze, who plays in Montreal. He had a hat trick against the Hartford Whalers. And Boris Mironov looks like he's the closest one to come back here. We have a couple days off. We're going back home to play against the Devils yet again, whom have passed us in the standings now because, what can I say? So far in April, we suck. Passes on point for Martin Ruzinski for the Colorado Avalanche. He had 4 assists against Phoenix. Craig Janney's assist streak ended at 11 games. Didn't get a point against the New Jersey Devils. And Boris Mironov, yet again, about to come back. Oh, lots of players on the waivers. Marc Labelle, Rick Zombo, and Dave McElwain. Alright, so Boris Mironov is back. That's good news. Steve Richin is almost back. That's also good. And Robert Zvela is also almost back, which is also good news. Alright, New Jersey's in town. They are now 39, 31, and 8. And we are 3-2 against the Devils this season. Devils have leapfrogged us. They are 5th in the East now, which means that we are 6th. Martin Brodeur in net for the Devils. Nikolai Abibulin in net for us, and he's losing fire. That's not good. And we won. All right, finally a W. We won in overtime, 3-2 here against the Devils. We outshot them 30-29. Vili Peltonen was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Valery Zelipukin was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Brian Bradley was the second star with a goal. 17,505 people in attendance for this game. Mikael Anderson opened up the scoring in the first. That was his 20th on the power play from Alexander McGillney. It was 1-0 Lightning at that point. Then the Devils scored twice, and it was 2-1 New Jersey after 1. Nobody scored in the second period. Then in the third period, Brian Bradley tied the game from Vili Peltonen. We were tied at 2. We were heading in overtime, and the hero in overtime is German Titov. He scored unassisted and gave us a 3-2 win that we absolutely needed at this point. We were not playing very well. Yeah, now we're going to face a pretty tough challenge. 2 games in a row. And in 2 nights, too. Alright, what do we have here? No further discipline for Brendan Shannon in St. Louis, not suspended. Yanni Ninima is suspended in Dallas. He's going to miss 5 games. Dan Quinn has obtained 500 assists in his career with an assist against the New Jersey Devils. And Steve Richin seems to be doing better. He's not completely recovered, so. Alright, so now we are hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. They are 47-23-9. That's good for 2nd in the East. That's not going to be an easy game. We are 1-2 against the Pens this season. Alright, so Tom Barrasso is in net for Buffalo. We're going to go to Abibulin. Oh, dear God. Alright, so we have a tie. A 7-7 tie, ladies and gentlemen. That, you don't see that very often. Alright. not nowadays anyway. Even back then, a 7-7 tie was probably not a common occurrence. We're lucky Barrasso had a bad game here. We were thoroughly outshot 51-22 in that one. Alexander McGillney, first star of the game. He had 3 goals and 3 assists. Wow. Mario Lemieux was the second star with 3 goals, and Brian Bradley was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. 17,422 people got their money's worth of hockey in that one. 14 goals scored, including 9 goals scored in the first period alone. Alright, so that started with Alexander McGillney, his 30th of the season on the power play from Mark Bergevin and Brian Bradley. Then Pittsburgh tied the game. Then we scored twice. Brian Bradley scored on the power play from Mark Bergevin and Alexander McGillney. Then Bill Guerin from Boris Mironov and German Sitov. Then Pittsburgh scored. It was 3-2 Tampa Bay. We scored 3 more goals. Alexander McGillney from Sean Chambers. Then Boris Mironov from Brian Bradley and Alexander McGillney. Then Alexander McGillney scored from Alexander Karpovtsev, and it was 6-2 at that point. Penn scored 1 more goal here before the end of the first period. We were up 6-3 after 1, and all of those goals were scored within 13 minutes and 19 seconds. Woo! Who said the defense is a great way to win games, right? All right. Then in the second period, Pittsburgh scored 1 goal, so it was 6-4 Tampa Bay at that point. Then Pittsburgh scored, made it 6-5. Mark Bergevin scored on the power play from Alexander McGillney. It was 7-5. Then Pittsburgh managed to tie the game before the end of the third period. We were tied at 7. We had a fight between Sean O'Donnell and Paul Laus. And then, of course, nobody scored in overtime. Wow, what a crazy game here. We got a point out of that. And Bobby Elick is hurt. He's day-to-day, too. Alright, we'll take a look at that later. Oh, Mario Lemieux got hurt in that game, so he had a hat trick, but he got hurt, and he's going to miss 8 weeks. Oh, that's going to hurt Pittsburgh for the playoffs. A fractured shoulder blade. Oof. But he had the time to score a hat trick before that happened. Red light stays on for Alexander McGillney. As we saw, he got 3 goals and 3 assists. That's pretty impressive. Maxim Sushinsky improves at center. Alright, so now what are we going to do? We have some injuries and stuff. Robert Zveda's about to come back, but he is not back. Okay, so I have Olik, that's hurt. It's day-to-day, though. And then I have Greer that can play. So I'm not going to recall anybody or anything like that. I'm going to let the coach, whom I'm paying a good sum of money, figure it out. Alright, so now we're hitting the road for the last 2 games of the regular season. Right now we're going to be playing at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. Rangers are 48, 23, and 10. They are first in the East, and we are 0-4 against them. Not a very good record, as, you know, you can see for yourself. Oh boy. Yeah, you know that things are a little dire when Len Barry ends up being your second-line center here. Alright, so Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for us against the Rangers. He's going to face Corey Hirsch. And are we going to be able to take one from the Rangers? Nope. We lost 3-2 in overtime. Alright, so we were outshot 31-22. Adam Graves was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Maxim Sushinsky was the second star with an assist. And Alex Kovalov was the third star with an assist. We opened up the scoring in the first. Aaron Gavey scored for Maxim Sushinsky and Brent Gretzky. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay after 1. Then we had a fight between Eric Kearns and Len Barry. Then in the second period, the Rangers tied the game. Then Sandy Sutherland scored from Alexander McGillney. 2-1 Tampa Bay here after 2. Then the Rangers tied the game in the third period, and finally Adam Grace played the hero in overtime with the game winner. We lost 3-2. Oh, I have a couple guys that came back. No, that's good. Mark Messier played in his 1,250th game in his career. Didn't get a point against us. Mark Messier, 36 years old, still a 5-star player. Peter Forsberg has a great game. Oh, yeah, I would say. 7 assists against the Stars. All right, yeah. Peter Forsberg padding the stats before the end of the season here. Great night for Owen Nolan in that same game. He had 4 goals and 2 assists. Wow. Antti Tormanen is back from suspension with the Islanders. Steve Ruchin and Robert Zvela are back. That's all great news for us. Alright, who am I sending down to? Well, let's start by bringing Steve Ruchin back. There you go. I guess Mike Greer goes back down. There you go. Alright, so with all that, we only have Bobby Elick with a day-to-day injury, and then Ryan Smith is still a ways away. Alright, today's a day off, and now we're about to play the last game of the season. Of course, you know, if you followed this playthrough since the start, as you know, I'm not going to do the 2D game for the last game of the regular season before the playoffs, so we're not going to do that today. Right, what do we have here? Great night for Wayne Gretzky. He had 4 assists against the Sharks. A strong game for Luc Robitaille playing for Vancouver. He had a hat trick against the Oilers. Bobby Elick is ahead of schedule. That's good. Ooh, Kirk Maltby got hurt for the Oilers. He's going to be gone for 3 months. See you next season, Kirk Maltby. Not going to be in the playoffs. Alright, and now we're playing Hartford. They are 29, 48, and 4. That's good for 12th in the East. We are 1 and 2 against Hartford this season. Nikolai Abibulin in net for us. Sean Burke in net for the Whalers. And yeah, we lost again. So we really didn't play well in April. So I was hoping we could get home ice advantage. We couldn't do that. We've played really poorly down the stretch, and it's a little scary because now we're heading into the playoffs with a cold goaltender. That's really shitty. Abibulin was really good all season, and now that the playoffs are coming, he's dumping in the shovel. Alright, so 4-1 loss in Hartford against the Whalers. They outshot us 29-21. Murray Craven was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Daniel Tjarnquist was the second star with an assist, and Andrew Castles was the third stars with 2 assists. We did open up the scoring in the first period. Aaron Gavey scored his 10th of the season from Len Barry and Vili Peltonen, but after that it was all Whalers, and we had a fight between Mark Janssens and Sean O'Donnell, and nothing much more to bring up here. Alright, so Jeff Shantz is hurt. He's out for 4 months, so see you next season. Martin Lapointe is hurt for the Red Wings, and he's going to miss 8 months. See you maybe next season. Yeah, see you next season at one point. And Bobby Elick's about to come back. All right, did everybody play all of their games? I think so. So it looks like we are going to face the Flyers in the first round, which is a team we played pretty good against. So there's at least that. All right. Oh, Craig Wolanin is on waivers, and so is Alexander Blavskis or something. Bobby Elick says, game on. All right. Healthy, that's good. Tom Koivisto, what did he do? Oh, he pulled a prank on a teammate. We've seen that. Hurt himself trying to play a prank on Alexei Zitnik. All right. Alright, so the Hart nominees are Mario Lemieux, Nick Lidstrom, and Peter Forsberg. The Vizina is going to be between Nikolai Abibulin. We finally have somebody that's nominated for something. Then Patrick Roy and Ron Stahl. Norris between Larry Murphy, Nick Lidstrom, and Steve Duchesne. Calder between Brian Berard, Daniel Alfredson, and Yanni Ninima. GM of the Year between Bob Gainey, Glenn Sitter, and Roger Vachon. The Selkie, Dallas Drake, Mike Keane, or Ron Francis. Lady Bing, Joe Newendike, Sergei Berezin, and Timu Selani. Mark Messier Leadership Award, Dale Hunter, Dave Andreychuk, and Joe Newendike. The Ted Lindsay is Brian Leach, Mario Lemieux, or Nicholas Lidstrom. And finally, the Jack Adams is going to be Bill Deneen, Bob Gainey, or Pierre Paget. Alright. Oops. Oh. Alright, so playing against the Flyers. So we were 2-1-2 against the Flyers this season. So we might, win the first round. I don't know. Maybe. We did play well against them. We're going to take a look at all of the matchups from here. That's how I prefer to do it. Oh, Florida managed to qualify for the playoffs. They're going to face the Rangers in the first round. Boston's going to play Pittsburgh. We are playing Philadelphia, and New Jersey is turning against Montreal. In the West, we have Vancouver against Colorado, the Kings against the Red Wings, Chicago against Dallas, and Edmonton against St. Louis. Let's get the playoffs underway. Now, the goal for this playthrough, for the challenge, is to win the Stanley Cup. So if I win the Stanley Cup, then the challenge has been conquered, I guess, and I get to do something else because then, my challenge is over. All right, so we're going to take another look at the Flyers. They finished the season 45, 27, and 10. Rod Brind'Amour is hurt, so he's not going to be playing at the start here. He's only day-to-day, so... Oh, they have a lot of injuries here. Saku Koivu not playing. Eric Lindros not playing. Joel Otto not playing. And Andreas Lilia not playing. Wow. Yeah, that's a depleted team. All right, so they have Damian Rose and Michael Sandberg in net, Gary Galley, Kevin Haller, Joe Merdzig, Chris Therien, Joseph Boumedienne, Matthew Dandonneau, Tom Peterson, and Darren Van Imp on D. Up front, they have Baumgartner, Berezin, DiMaio, Podine, Brind'Amour, Johnson, Yevstukin, Paulson, Campbell, Fiddick, Recchi, Renberg, and Walls. So there's still some good players, but it's a depleted team, so it's up to us to take advantage of that because we're only missing Ryan Smith. Alright, so here comes the playoffs. Of course, go Lightning go, and Abibulin needs to change that snowflake there into a bunch of fire up his butt. Alright, first game, Abibulin against Sandberg. And we won 42. Alright, that's good. We outshot the Flyers 42-31. Brian Bradley, first star of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Wes Walls, second star with an assist. And Alexander McGillney, third star with a goal and an assist. So we took a 2-0 lead into the first period. Brian Bradley scored from Alexander McGillney and Mikael Anderson. Then Steve Richin from Roberts Villa. We were up 2-0 after 1. There was a fight between Ken Baumgartner and Len Barry. Then into the second period, the Flyers tied the game, but then Alexander McGillney scored from Brian Bradley. It was 3-2 Tampa Bay after 2. Then in the third period, Mikael Anderson scored from Boris Mironov and Brian Bradley, and it is a 4-2 victory All right, that's good. And Sergei Fedorov had a good first game in the playoffs. He had 4 assists against the Kings. All right, so Chicago beat Dallas, Detroit beat LA, Edmonton beat St. Louis, Colorado trounced Vancouver, Montreal won against New Jersey, Rangers beat Florida, we beat Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh beat Boston. All right, playing second game here against the Flyers, as of course. Abby Boudin still in net for us. They're going to go back to Mikael Sandberg. Come on, guys. We lost 3-1. We won 1 of 2. Usually that's the goal when you start a series on the road. So we stole 1 from them. So now we technically have home ice advantage now. So we lost 3-1. We did outshoot the Flyers 29-25. Joe Mertzig was the first star of the game with a goal. Oh, it's Jan, not Joe. Sorry, Jan Mertzig was the first star with a goal and an assist. Vili Peltonen was the second star with a goal, and Greg Johnson was the third star with an assist. Vili Peltonen opened up the scoring in the first period from Sean O'Donnell and Bobby Olick, and then it was all Flyers after that. Not many penalties. So yeah, we lost this one. Jaromir Jagr had a really good game. He had a goal and 4 assists against Boston. Alright, so Dallas beat Chicago. Detroit, oh god, they're just toying away with the Kings here. 6-0 win. St. Louis beat Edmonton. Vancouver beat Colorado. New Jersey beat Montreal. Rangers beat Florida. We lost against the Flyers, and Pittsburgh won against Boston. Alright, so now we're going home. So at least we're on home ice. Mikael Sandberg and Nikolai Abibulin in net for their respective teams. Come on. Oh yeah, 3-0 victory here, and Abibulin got a fire now. Alright, so shout out. We were outshot 24-21. Vili Peltonen was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Boris Mironov was the second star with an assist, and Sean Chambers was the third star with an assist as well. 19,604 people in attendance for the game. Vili Peltonen opened up the scoring from Sean Chambers and Len Barry. Then nobody scored in the second period, and in the third period, Aaron Gavey scored from Boris Mironov, and then Mikael Anderson from Robert Zvela and Brian Bradley. That is a 3-0 win, and we had a fight between Len Barry and Ken Baumgartner. Alright, we're up 2-1 in our series. That's good. Michael Pekka is back from suspension for the Vancouver Canucks, and Yenny Niinima is also back from suspension for the Stars. Chicago beat Dallas 3-2. Detroit beat LA. St. Louis beat Edmonton. Colorado beat Vancouver. New Jersey won against Montreal. Rangers beat Florida. We beat Philadelphia, and Boston beat Pittsburgh. We can take a serious option on the series here if we can win Game 4. Sandberg in net for Philadelphia. We're going to Nikolai Abibulin. Oh, 2-1 overtime win. We are up 3-1 in the series. That's pretty exciting. All right. We were outshot 35-32. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game with a goal. Sean Podine was the second star with a goal. And Alexander Mogilny was the third star with an assist. 18,313 people in attendance for the game. Flyers scored first in the first period, and that would last until a little past the midway mark of the third period, where Steve Richin tied the game from Sean Chambers. We were tied at 1, and in the first overtime, Brian Bradley played the hero from Mikael Anderson and Alexander Mogilny. That is a 2-1 victory. We are leading our series 3-1. Chicago beat Dallas. Detroit swept the Kings. Edmonton won. Vancouver won. New Jersey won. Florida is still alive. We won, and Pittsburgh won. All right, so we can end this right now by winning in Philadelphia against the Flyers. Bibolin is in net for us. Sandberg in net for the Flyers. Come on, guys. Ow. Flyers decided that they were not going to die today. They massacred us 7-0. Yikes. We were thoroughly beaten. So we were outshot 39-25. Mikael Renberg first star of the game with a hat trick, 3 goals. Greg Johnson second star with 4 assists, and Darren Van Imp third star with 2 assists. Yeah. A fight between Ken Baumgartner and Len Barry. And another one between Gary Galley and Bill Guerin. And that's about it. The rest is all Philadelphia goals. I don't want to look at them. Oh, Boris Mironov is day to day, but that's a playable injury, so we're not going to do anything about that. Greg Johnson has a memorable game. I know. There was no stopping Mikael Renberg. I know. And Dmitry Krasotkin in St. Louis is not suspended. That's good for the Blues, I suppose. Alright, so Dallas won, Colorado won, Edmonton won, New Jersey eliminated Montreal. That makes me happy in my heart. Boston won, Rangers eliminated Florida, and Philadelphia's still alive. Oh, Ryan Smith is resuming skating. That's good for us. Assuming we can make it to the second round. Alright, so we're up 3-2 in the series. We're back home where we feel confident and warm. Sandberg in net for the Flyers. Abby Bulin in net for us. And we are going to the second round with a 3-0 victory over the Flyers in Game 6. That's good. We outshot the Flyers 30-24. Sandy Sazalinch was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Alexander McGillney was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Alexander Karpovtsev was the third star with an assist. 20,079 people in attendance for the game. McGillney scored in the first from Brian Bradley and Sandy Sazalinch. It was 1-0. Second period, Ozalinch scored from Vili Peltonen. 2-0. The third period, Bill Guerin scored from Karpovtsev and Alexander McGillney. 3-0, and that was the end of that. All right. So Dallas won against Chicago. Edmonton beat St. Louis. Vancouver beat Colorado. Pittsburgh beat Boston, and we eliminated the Flyers. Oh. They haven't fixed that yet. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so looks like Dallas eliminated Chicago and Colorado eliminated Vancouver. Alright, memorable night for Matt Sundin. He had a hat trick against Vancouver to help eliminate them in the first round. Now we are going to have our work cut out for us because now we're facing the Rangers here in the second round. We have not been able to beat them even once in the regular season. So, yeah, that doesn't look too promising. Let's take a look at the, not standings, but the playoff tree. So, we're facing the Rangers, and New Jersey's facing Pittsburgh in the other Eastern Conference series. Edmonton is going to play against Colorado, and Dallas against Detroit in the West. Alright, let's take a look at the Rangers. Maybe they got some injuries as well. That's going to help us. They're fully healthy. Look at that. Oh, yeah, they're good. Alright, so Corey Hirsch and Mike Richter in net. Richter should be the starter, so they should be pretty good. Eric Kearns, Brett Hedekan, Brian Leach, Peter Popovich, Jeff Bukeboom, Darius Kasparidis, and Sergei Zubov on D. That's a pretty decent D, pretty good, pretty great, actually. Jeff Courtnall, Adam Graves, Chris King, Mark Messier, Joe Dzidzik, Chris Ferraro, Denis Savard, Darren Turcotte, Doug Waite, Tony Amonte, Glenn Anderson, Ty Domi, Mike Gartner, and Alex Kovalev. Wow. Yeah, they're good. We're going to need a little bit of luck if we want to get past them. All right, so first game at Madison Square Garden, of course. Rangers were first in the East. And we're going to have Nikolai Abibulin. They are going with Mike Richter. Go, Lightning, go. And we lost the first game 4-1. We were outshot 34-29. Doug Waite was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Mark Messier was the second star with 2 assists. And Brian Leach was the third star with 2 assists as well. Aaron Gavey opened up the scoring in the first from Robert Zvela. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay. Sadly, after that, it was all Rangers. There was a fight between Ty Domi and Sean O'Donnell. That was it. Excellent passing leads to productive night for Peter Forsberg. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Oilers. Oh, I have to select a Hall of Fame nominee. Alright, who am I going to... It's not easy, but among all of those guys, I think that the one I want to give the nomination to is gonna be Rod Langway. All right. Okay, those guys feeling the way they feel. Boris Mironov on the brink of returning. That'd be great. All right. Back for more at Madison Square Garden, facing the Rangers again, of course. Oh, I forgot to check the other scores, didn't I? So, Colorado won, Detroit won, and Pittsburgh won. Come on, we need to steal one here. Abibulin for us, Mike Richter for them. We lost 3-1. They're just too good. They outshot us 37-31. Brian Leach was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Brian Bradley was the second star with an assist, and Eric Kearns was the third star with an assist. Rangers scored first, then Alexander McGillney tied the game from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley. We were tied at 1 after 1. Then the Rangers scored in the second and the third, and they won 3-1. We get Boris Mironov, that's fully healthy. Would have helped if Ryan Smith would have came back just a little bit earlier. Alright, the series flip to home ice for us. So we are going to be hosting the Rangers this time. I forgot to check the other scores again. I'm terrible, I'm telling you. Alright, so the Devils tied their series against Pittsburgh, Edmonton tied their series against Colorado, and the Red Wings are up 2-0 against Dallas. It's almost do or die right now. If we lose this game, it's going to be pretty tough here. So Richter in net for them, Abibulin for us. Come on, guys. Oh, we win in overtime, 3-2. Alright, not all is lost. Not all hope is lost. We outshot them barely, 35-34. Bill Guerin was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Sergei Zubov was the second star with an assist. And Sandis Ozalinch was the third star with a goal and an assist. 18,512 people in attendance for this game in the second round. So the Rangers scored first in the first, then they scored again in the second period. They were up 2-0, but then Sandis Ozalinch scored 48 seconds before the end of the second period, assisted by Bill Guerin. We were down 2-1. Then in the third period, Bill Guerin scored from German Sitov and Steve Richin. It was tied at 2. We went to overtime, and the hero was Brent Gretzky, of all people. the hero in overtime, scoring from Sandy Sazonich and Len Barry. That's a victory. Brian Gretzky giving us the win here against the Rangers. All right, and now I'm not going to forget to look at the other scores. Dallas also won, so it's 2-1 over there. Edmonton took a 2-1 lead against Colorado. New Jersey took a 2-1 lead in the series against Pittsburgh, and we're down, of course, 2-1 against the Rangers. All right, so no series is 3-0 right now. All right, so are we going to be able to, build up on the emotion of the victory in overtime in Game 3 and win Game 4? Richter and Abibulin in net for their respective teams yet again. We lost 2-0, so we're down 3-1 in the series. It's going to be tough to win the cup. There's a few really good teams in the East. I still have a few seasons, but not that many. All right, so we were outshot 31-18. Denis Savard, first star with a goal. Sean Chambers, second star, no points. Adam Graves, third star with an assist. 21,265 people felt like their stomach fell through the earth after this crushing victory or crushing defeat. Yeah. Not much to say. We lost 2-0. And now we are facing elimination. Alright, so Dallas tied their series against Detroit. Colorado tied their series against Edmonton. Pittsburgh tied their series against New Jersey. So we're the only team facing elimination right now. Alright. Do or die, right? If we lose, it's over. So Abibulin in net. Mike Richter in net still. Come on, guys. Give me a good road game. And we lost 3-1. So this season ends in the second round against the Rangers. Oh, God, yeah, we were dominated. We were outshot 39-15. Brian Leach was the first star of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Sean Chambers was the second star with an assist. And Tony Amante was the third star with a goal and an assist. All right, so Rangers scored 3 times in the second period. They were up 3-0. Then, with 53 seconds left to go in the third period, German Sitov scored from Sean Chambers and Bill Guerin. But yeah, we didn't score 2 goals in 53 seconds. So that's how our season ends. All right, so I think we played decently most of the season, but we kind of faltered near the end. And we never quite recovered properly in the playoffs. Even in the first round, we got crushed 7-0 at one point. So yeah, Craig McTavish has a strong game, 4 assists against Colorado. Joe Murphy in that same game had 3 goals and 2 assists. So now we're going to be pretty much spectators here for the rest of the playoffs. So Detroit is up 3-2 in their series. Edmonton is up 3-2 in their series. And New Jersey is up 3-2 in their series. I think the Rangers have what it takes to win the Stanley Cup. Seriously, their team is stacked. And I think they're the ones winning the cup. That's what I'm saying. That's my guess. You can guess whoever you want. I'm saying the Rangers. Yeah, Ryan Smith is going to be back soon, but just a little too late. Yeah, you can play what? Parcheesi or something? Fedorov got injured, but he's day-to-day. And Ryan Smith is finally not hurt anymore, but yeah. We're not playing anymore. I think Colorado and Detroit make it to the... Yep. Alright, so in the conference finals, we have New Jersey against the Rangers, and New Jersey won the first game 2-1, and then Detroit against Colorado. Colorado won 2-1 as well in the first games. Rangers tied the series. Detroit tied the series as well. So 1-1 for each series. New Jersey won and Colorado won. Rangers won, Detroit won, so I think it's tied at 2 everywhere. It is. Rangers up 3-2 in their series. Colorado up 3-2 in their series. Oh, Mike Eastwood had a amazing off-season workout regimen, huh? And that's good for him. Yep, Rangers eliminated the Devils. They're going into the Stanley Cup Finals, and I think they're going to be facing Colorado, unless I got that wrong. Messier is day-to-day, so he may miss a little bit of time. They're still stacked, even with that. Yep, Rangers. The New York Rangers are gonna face the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm still betting my house and my next unborn child on the Rangers. Now I'm not much of a betting man. Colorado won the first game of the series, so they are up 1-0. They won the second game up 2-0. Wow, Colorado's also pretty good. Rangers won game 3, so Colorado is up 2-1 in the series. Alright, Don Murdoch. Okay, I'm not going to look at that right now. Colorado is up 3-1 in the Stanley Cup Final, so I might have picked the wrong team. It happens even to the best of us. And yeah, Colorado won in 5 against the Rangers. All right, so now I have to. I can't vote. That's weird. Not that I care all that much, but I cannot vote. Guess that's something that they changed. Alright, so the Avalanche beat the Rangers, as we know. And then that. Joe Mullen attends a leadership seminar. So Joe Mullen is 40, he might be retiring. So his leadership should increase. Yay, my contract was extended. Just before we go too far here. Yeah, those guys are not going to be back. Oh, Richard Rose wants an extension. Yeah, I always bring back my scouts. I don't really care. There you go. Will Williams. Oh, no, not Will Williams. Luke Williams. That's Will Williams. Stay with. I was like, yeah, that's an interesting name, but okay. Yeah. You're a scout. You're coming back. There you go. John Chapman is a scout. You're going to come back. No worries. Bumbako is a scout. Another scout. You can come back. That's okay. Another scout. Don Murdoch. You can come back. An assistant coach. What were you doing? I do not remember. Okay. Oh, David Drain is my trainer. How good are you? He's a 15. That's not too bad. Yeah, we're gonna keep you. You have decent enough stats, I suppose. Alright, and yeah, you're coming back too. You have a 15. That's pretty decent. Maybe not the best, but that's decent. John Tonelli or Dennis Marouk? Oh God, I'm gonna go with John Tonelli. I could have gone with either or. Okay, that's weird. Why did that change like that? Doesn't make any kind of sense. Just induct the guys already. Yeah, not a whole lot going on in the NHL right now. Alright, free agency preview. Yeah, may or may not happen. So I don't really like to look at that because teams still have time to sign their players. Alright, oh, today is the NHL awards ceremony. Alright, let's see who wins what. Alright, so the art goes to Mario Lemieux. Yeah, he was all alone all season. 147 points in 77 games. The Connie Smythe goes to Matt Sundin. He had 29 points in 25 games. Daniel Alfredson won the Calder. Of course, Alfredson's playing in San Jose in my universe here. 52 points in his first season. Not too bad. Nick Lidstrom wins the Norris. Surprise to nobody. At least not to me. The Selkie goes to Ron Francis. The Vezina goes to Patrick Roy, so Abby Boulin didn't win it. The GM of the Year, Bob Gainey. And the Coach of the Year, Pierre Pagé. Alright, so we didn't win anything. Alright, so Lemieux wins the Maurice Richard. He had 73 goals in 77 games. That's pretty good. Art, he wins also the Art Roth and the Plus Minus Award. Roger Crozier Saving Grace Award to Patrick Roy. Ron Extall wins the Jennings. Lady Bing to Timu Selene. Brian Leach wins the Bill Masterton. Dale Hunter, I know of one person that's not going to be too happy with that, wins the leadership award. Mario Lemieux got the Ted Lindsay. Abibulin was named the second All-Star team. That's good. Mario Lemieux is a Art Trophy winner. Sundin, the Connie Smythe, Alfredson. So those are all the ones we just saw. There we go. Oh, Jacques Demers was fired. Montreal had a pretty good season, but they lost in the first round. I guess that was not acceptable. So Rick Dudley is now the coach for Montreal. I don't think Rick Dudley can speak French. That's not going to go very good for you over there, buddy. Mike Milbury has been fired as the coach of the Kings. So JT Dutch, you're probably going to be happy about that one. John Cuniff is now the coach instead. Alar Bohr is fired as the coach of the Islanders. He's replaced by Mike Milbury. I can't believe people are giving Mike Milbury a chance. Paul Holmgren is out as the coach of the Whalers. He's replaced by Jacques Demers. Jean Perron lost his job in Phoenix, and he is replaced by Paul Holmgren. So it's kind of the same names that just got recycled with different teams. Alright, so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and stop here. We did the awards and everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. We couldn't get past the second round, so we're still having some problems with the team. It's not fully fledged, well-rounded like I like it perfectly. There's still a few pieces of the puzzle missing. Hopefully some of our rookies take a step up and become better. We do have some decent players in the pipelines, but I'm about to run out of time for the challenge, so I need for them to get good now. But anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the video, even though we didn't win. And I do want to thank you for tuning in as usual. And if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.